Today I'm going to teach you locating hotspot, gold hotspot. Now rule number one, you got to go where it's already been found before. Now I know that sounds rudimentary and simple, but a lot of people don't understand that in order to find gold, you got to go where it's already been found before. And the reason why is because the old timers were very thorough about finding gold. Their lives literally depended upon it. And if you go where they were, chances are you're going to find gold too. The biggest question we get is, how do I know what land I can check without claim jumping? Now for that, I would recommend going to a place called mylandmatters.org. Now a lot of you guys have heard me talk about this in the past, but we have some new folks out there that aren't aware of this stuff. It's a really simple site. I'm going to go over how to use it. All right, the first thing you're going to do is click on the Land Matters. You're going to see all the little links at the top. Look for the one that says maps in the top left hand corner. What you're going to do is you're going to click on that, and that's going to give you all the information that you need. This is going to be the page that comes up, and look to the right hand corner. You're going to click on mines. Then under mines, you're going to click on United States gold mines. When you click on that, it's going to open another tab that shows you all the gold mines in the United States. And this is a great reference because you can actually see where the trends and the belts are running. When you zoom in on that, you're going to get all these orange dots. Each one of those dots represents a gold mine, and it has the name next to it. That way you can look up the name if you need to. On the right hand side, you're going to click Topo. You're going to click Public Land Survey. Remember, this is a static system and you have to refresh it. Now hit the little icon and you're going to see all this information pop up. You're going to see all the commodities in the mine database. Click on that and the USGS report will come up with all the supportive information on the mine. What you're looking for is the commodities and materials information. If you see gold in these boxes as a primary and in the ore, you're on a winner. Next, you look through the entire page and find out if there's any additional informations and comments that can support what you're looking for in the mines when you get there. At the top right hand corner, you're going to see map. Go ahead and click that. It's going to take you directly to Google Earth. It'll show you exactly where the mine is at in high definition. Now, if you go over to mindat.org, put in the name of the mine into the search box. When that comes up, you'll find all the information. And if you want to search other mines, the top right-hand corner is perfect for that. The information that'll come up is all the information on that particular mine. It's going to give you the location, and it's going to show you all the mineral images that are associated with that, hopefully with photographs. It'll also give you information about the mine's history, which is extremely important. And it's also going to give you a commodity list that is very important as well. Gold has to be on that list. Go back to Land Matters and look at the mining claim section. Click on a state. We'll say Arizona. Now down in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see land status. Click on both Land Manager and Public Land Survey System. Blue is state, yellow is BLM, and clear is private property. So what you're going to do is click on the MRDS box. What that's going to do is bring up these little orange little buttons. If you click on it with the little I button, which is information, what that's going to do is bring up additional information about the mine back to where you were before. A detailed list of all the active claims is down below. Claim name, assessment year, section, and claimants is the people who own the mine. Go back to the map. Each square represents a square mile. You're going to cut that into quarter sections. Pick the quarter section that you're researching to find out what claims exist there, so you'll know what land is available. In this example, we're looking at section 5, which has a total of 20 lode claims in it. The area that we're interested in is in the southeast corner. If there are active claims in a section, the box will be colored blue for lode and orange for placer. Hover your mouse over the section you're interested in. Then click the I for information over on the right. You're going to look up everything that has a southeast to it on the right and the name of the mine to the left. You're going to use that information by clicking the county recorder's office. This will be the county recorder's office that the actual claims were filed in. Here you can request a copy of the map and the claim information of all the claims that you have written down in the section that you're interested in looking up. Find out what claims are active and their specific location. You'll use these maps to determine which land is claimed and which land is open and available. You can go to the county recorder's office in person, or you can request it online. Now, a real quick side note here. A lot of you guys out there who aren't familiar with the channel have been asking me, Jeff, why do you keep talking about red worms? What is that all about? Well, down here in the sump, which is the lowest part of the mine, we punched through into a layer of clay seams that has a tremendous amount of gold in it. And we have a feeling we're sitting on top of clay layers that eventually punch into a cave system, a very famous cave system. And while we were doing that, we encountered a very large, unusual red worm. We were digging down, something decided to come up and say hello. Now, we did as much research as we could on what it could be. We still don't know. The closest thing we found was there's old research papers that indicate that during the time that there was an inland sea here, there was definitely some kind of large worm creature that was living down on the ocean floor, the seabed. If I got any paleontologists out there in the audience, would you please let me know what I'm dealing with? Because I have not a clue. Whatever it is that's down there hasn't seen the light of day for about 50,000 years, if not more. And I don't think it needs daylight to live. And keep in mind, there's two types of claims out there. There's patent and unpatented. The difference is an unpatented claim, you only have access to the minerals. That's it. You're just leasing the land from the government for the minerals. If you have a patent claim, you literally own the land. You could build a house on it and you put fences around it and keep private property on it. Unpatented, anybody and their uncle can come on to your claim. So keep that in mind if you are out there looking for a claim and you decide to buy one. And something else we hear a lot of is guys want to go out there and get a gold mine so they can start making millions of dollars. It doesn't work that way. Best thing to do is keep it a hobby. When you're filing for your claim, you're either going to file as a recreational use, which is hobby, or you're going to file under commercial use. There's a huge difference between the two and a lot of money involved. Now, I know a lot of folks out there use Google Earth to try to find old gold mines and old workings, but sometimes that can get a little bit daunting because of the overgrowth. And there's a system out there that's going to make your job so much easier. It's called LiDAR. LiDAR stands for Light Detection and Ranging. It's a remote sensing method that uses light in the form of a pulsed laser. It's sometimes called laser scanning or 3D scanning. The cool thing about LiDAR, you can actually see where the old timers were chasing these veins, or leads as they used to call them. You'll actually see the prospect pits and the cuts. And so it'll be easy for you to draw out straight lines to follow those leads and to actually find either parallel veins or to find extension veins on that. It's a fantastic way to find hot spots that nobody else has even thought about looking for. Now, for you guys that live out in Australia, there's some sites out there that are perfect for you guys to find some of these old reefs and leads that the old timers were chasing. One of them is called GeoLogy, and I'll leave a link down below. It's a fantastic site and it's free to use as well. And the nice thing about it is that you can upload it to your phone and use it in the field and actually put your locations in there so you know exactly where you're standing at when you're using it. And GeoVic works great with either Google Maps or Google Earth. Another one for you guys out in Australia is a site called Historical Gold Maps. It's a great resource to look up areas that have been prospected and mined in the past. This is put out by a channel called Goldfield Guide. I'm gonna leave a link down below so you guys in Aussie land can check it out. And by using it, you can actually find out where you should be looking to find your own hotspot. And last but not least is a company called Avinza Maps, Victorian Goldfield Atlas. This is fantastic for you guys in Auslan trying to find out where the old timers had worked. Some of these areas are easy to spot, but others are not. And you can actually see where they had all these prospect pits, cuts, and trenches trying to find the leads and the reefs. I'd like to hear what you guys use out there. Find your own hot spots for gold prospecting using online sources. So start up a conversation and leave me a comment down below, because I'm sure a lot of other folks that don't know would love to hear it. Now, while I'm talking geology, I'm going to be laying in another section of rail, because every time we advance 5 feet here in the drift, we always lay down a new section of rail. Now, most of the gold that's mined today formed through a process of one of these deposition models. Now, there are subcategories to these 10, but these are the 10 basic models. And the reason why you should know this is because when you're in the field and you start recognizing patterns, it'll lead you on to maybe an untapped source of gold that's nearby. Very important that you understand the 3 different rock types. You got metamorphic, igneous, and sedimentary. You're going to see a lot of that in the USGS reports. And it's very important you understand what their relationship is with gold deposition models. It's because each area is going to have a different deposition model, and you need to understand why. And the why is going to lead you to finding more deposits that have been missed in the past. Now, the first one on the list is epithermal system. And of course, this is one of my favorite because living here in Nevada, that's what we have the most of. And they can be extremely rich, what's classified as a bonanza type deposit. And the reason why they're so common here in Nevada, because the state has been slowly pulled apart, so the crust is very thin. Now, epithermal systems can be broken down into into two subcategories: high sulfidation and low sulfidation. Trust me, when you're out prospecting, you want low sulfidation. These are what usually form around hot springs. The water has a very low pH balance, it's very clear, and it looks like you could drink it, but I wouldn't. And keep in mind, epithermal means shallow, so it's a shallow system. Now on the other hand, you have high sulfidation, like your alunite, and you can always tell these systems because you have a lot of leaching going on. And that's what high sulfidation systems do, is they literally leach the rock. High sulfidation systems that are very acidic, they come rushing up, they literally start dissolving the rock, and they start pitting it, and they only leave silica behind. So most of your feldspars are going to be leached out in the form of clays. So when you look at the rock, it's going to be pitted. So when you're in the field and you see this pitting in the rock that looks like it's been eaten by acid, that's what has happened. Oh, I got my sleepers in, not bad, huh? And I got my track in. All I gotta do now is level it. Now when I say leveling it, I mean that I'm gonna put a 3% grade on that track, headed back to the haulage shaft. The reason why, like in most mines, is that you want that track to slowly go downhill back to wherever it is you're gonna be dumping that waste rock. The reason why is because when it's full, it's a lot easier just to let it roll on its own weight, its own forward inertia, than it is to try to push it uphill. So that's why all mines, including this one, has got a slight grade to the track leading back to where the haulage shaft is. Are you guys still with me out there, huh? I know a lot of this stuff can get a little dry and boring sometimes, but this is information you need to know. But if you'd rather read about it in a condensed form, me and Slim wrote a book, Where to Find Gold by Jeff and Slim. Everything I'm covering today is inside of this book and more. And it's got really easy to understand graphics. That way when you guys look at it and you'll see the cartoons we've written, you'll understand a lot easier. So if you get a chance, get this book. All right, let's get our rail in these fish plates. Make sure your fish plates are tight, and make sure your nuts are on the outside.
What is that?
All right, the next one is gonna be mesothermal, or orogenic hosted gold deposits. These are the ones you're gonna see mostly out in California. These are typically created by mountain building events, and you can tell that when you're working around the Sierras, how the mountains have been thrusted up. Now, a lot of your quartz veins are running near vertical because of this, and you have a lot of mineralization and gold deposition because of it. A lot of minerals are squeezed out of these rocks. Now, a sub-process of that is called regional metamorphism. Remember I told you there's three types of rocks: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. So a lot of your gold deposits in California, lode gold, is going to be because of orogenic or mesothermal, which is deep vein system. Now in another video, I'll cover some of the different host rocks, the gang material, and mineral assemblages that are associated with gold in the different gold districts. But for right now, we're just going to keep it basic with the 10 basic deposition model. Number 3 on the list is intrusion-related deposits and falling lights. Intrusion-related deposits can be extremely rich. We've even made videos on them. One of them was called Rich Gold in Red Dirt. We filmed that out in Good Springs over at a mine not far from town. Now, the interesting characteristics about this is where the granite comes in contact with the limestone, you get a process called metasomatism, and you can get some really rich secondary enrichments there, skarns, incredibly rich, and it's native gold. And like I said, we made videos about this. Now, these deposits can be fairly easy to spot. You're gonna look for decomposing granite or granitic rock that's sitting right up against some type of a limestone, usually gray limestone, and in between you're going to see this beautiful red limonite that's in the middle. That's what's going to be carrying all your gold. I made a special video about it called Rich Gold in Red Dirt. And here you can see limestone, and then down here you can see the decomposing granite right here. See how soft that is? Well, right here, this is what the old timers were looking for. This we tested has gold in it. This is what they were chasing. Now, when we looked it up on the USGS report, we found out that this mine on the other side of this hill produced somewhere in the average range of 2 ounces per ton. But as you can see, the vein travels at a 45-degree angle. And then if you look up towards the contact zones here, right here, that's nothing but solid iron in there. And you can see the pieces of solid iron that we chipped out of here last week. Because we're gonna take a rock drill and we're gonna drill into this vein right here, and we're going to sample in further, because the gold we got was fine with some small little flakes in it, and I'm hoping the deeper we go, the bigger the pieces of gold we'll get. So you want gold? You gotta earn it. You already see pieces of gold right there. Let's see if I can shake it down for you. Oh yeah, look at that. See all that? Not bad, huh? See if I can get some of that black sand off of there. Look at that. Oh, now if that ain't beautiful, I don't know what is. There's some wire gold right there. I don't know if you can see that. But all the gold is in these little pockets like this in this, and there's lots and lots of it. Now a lot of the gold that's found in that area is not associated with quartz. It's associated with this material right here, which is limonite. Limonite is just a general term. Don't get caught up on it. It's usually red, has a lot of iron oxides in it. You also have two other minerals called jarosite and plumbal jarosite, and those deposits are extremely rich too. They're usually found with a copper halo around the lens. Here's video that we shot many years ago of the mine that we're talking about. It's up on the hill overlooking Sandy Valley. Of course, a lot of the areas that have gold have these markings around them, and a lot of the halos that I described earlier of copper carbonates are around the jarosite and plumbal jarosite. Here's a good example right here where this pocket is very rich. You can find these all throughout the mine inside this one particular level. And right here is another good example. You can see the limonite, and you can see jarosite and plumbal jarosite in there as well. And then of course you have these little halos of copper around these lenses. A lot of them have a tremendous amount of gold in them, and some of them have nothing at all. So you have to sample them to find out which ones are the richest. Also, when you do find a large pocket, you'll see gold like this, which is crystalline gold in nature. Now the next one is called a Carlin Trend type of deposit. Now I don't recommend this type of deposit of all you small scale miners out there because it's not worth it. And that's why that particular deposit hadn't been touched until just recently. Now one of the reasons why you've heard that the Carlin Trend is one of the world's leading gold producers is because it's classified as a high tonnage, low grade mine, which means that companies like Barrick and Newmont, they can pull out tons and tons per day and make profit, even if it's only a couple grams per ton. And that's what this mine is producing. It's not worth it to the small scaler like you and I. All right, are you still with me? All right, next one is volcanic mass sulfides. Now, as the name implies, there's a lot of sulfides in there, and this is often referred to as refractory ore. So when you see that in your USGS report, try to stay away from those because you have to roast them. The next one, iron oxide copper gold deposits. These are one of my favorites, and you're gonna find a lot of these in Arizona. Arizona is known for its copper. It's also known for its gold. There's a trend that runs from the northwest section of the state down to the southeast section of the state. A lot of copper and gold, they're intertwined. So when you start finding copper deposits down there, also look for gold associated with it. You're gonna see a lot of iron, copper, and gold all in the mix. That's why they call it iron oxide copper gold deposit. Now the iron is gonna be oxidized like the name implies. You're also gonna find a lot of Gaussons down there too. Look that up because those are extremely rich, as Henry Wickenburg found out. Next one is porphyry deposits. You're gonna see these a lot in your USGS reports. Now, most of the time porphyry deposits refer to copper deposits. So when you see that, usually gold's gonna be a secondary mineral in that assemblage. Not bad. I got my sleepers in, or my ties. Everything's straight. All I gotta do now is backfill, and we're good to go for another 5 feet. All right, the next one is tellurides. Now you have two different tellurides that are very, very economical to find and mine, and that would be calaverite and sylvanite. And believe it or not, you can find a lot of these in Colorado, especially in a little place called what? Yeah, that's right, telluride. Now telluride is a type of sulfide, but what you're gonna have to do to get the gold out is roast it like you would any other sulfide. And the richest ones that we've seen is calaverite. Next one is fissure filling systems, or as most of you know, quartz vein system. Now I was reluctant to put this in a category because quartz vein systems, fissure filling systems, can also be included in some of the other deposition models that I talked about earlier. But for the sake of conversation, we're gonna cover it. For most of you out there that don't know, the way that these fissure filling systems work is that there's a natural void in the earth, usually caused by faulting, fracturing, and hydrothermal fluids find their way into these faults. There's a number of systems in place that can cause these hydrothermal fluids to come up. Now, they're not always going to have mineral assemblages with them. And the first episode may not have minerals in it, but the third, fourth, or fifth that are carrying mineralization in it. And that's why you can see a lot of this banding, kind of like chalcedony. You have all the banding. Another reason why they call it ribbon quartz, because you have a lot of episodes of silica, hydrothermal solutions, depositing around the original one. And then you can also get what's called fault valving, where it's literally spreading that fault apart. The gold is usually usually traveling in ionic form. And you have 4 different factors involved that's going to cause deposition to occur of these mineral assemblages. Either pH balances have changed, you're going to have boiling pressure decreases, and you're going to have temperature decreases. And there's a lot of factors involved that cause those things to happen. Now, I know you're thinking, Jeff, that's only 9. Where's the 10th one? All right, you got me. I see you're paying attention. All right, number 10, greenstone hosted deposits, which also can encompass shear zone. Now, a lot of your greenstone deposits are going to be up north around Canada. It's sometimes referred to as the Canadian Archean Greenstone Belt. These deposits can be very rich as well, and they're hosted in granitic rock, very, very old granitic rock. The gold is going to form at the contact zones, okay? A lot of geologists have been scratching their heads about this, but it's always going to be at the contact zone. Now, I've had a few of you ask, Jeff, what type of rock have you found most of your gold in? Well, in where I lived, most of it has been igneous rock. And the reason that is because of the location in which we do a lot of our prospecting, which is in Nevada. But if you're in California, of course, you'd say metamorphic rock. Now, I'd like to know, what type of rock did you find most of your gold in? Was it metamorphic? Was it igneous? Or was it sedimentary? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below, because I'd love to hear your story. And if you really want to get good at it, go ahead and get our book, Where to Find Gold by Jeff and Slim. It has everything we talked about in there and so much more in graphic detail and cartoon. And if you like today's video, well, you know what to do. Come on, Son and Jim, how many times have I said it? So until next time, this is Jeff Williams, and who?
My name is Jeff.
Saying you want to find the Motherlode so you can strike it rich? You better learn that geology, son, because the first thing to do is your research.
Down already?
Silver? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It feels a little humid too. Kind of musty. Oh man, the register's all ripped to shreds. What? Yeah. It's damp too.
This is where they mine, just right up in here. The rest of it's pretty much. Someone's been throwing trash down here.
I hate that.
Then we're going to continue down there. Used to be deeper.
Oh, really?
That's where they blasted originally. And, you know, the Southern Grottos they went and drilled along a side passage. Very minutely, but they jackhammered anyway. I usually go on my left side. And there's lots of handholds.
Should I take my pack off?
No, and I forgot my knee
Yeah, you're gonna
pads.
have to.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a squeeze. It's not as bad as it used to be. It's pretty much loaded away.
If you want to hand me the camera.
Yeah. Got it?
Okay. Definitely have to have one of those videos.
Yeah.
Oh, you were kidding when you said there was a squeeze.
It used to be worse. The other one?
Yeah, it used to be worse. Believe me, that's a cakewalk.
Must have.
Yeah, it's a little damp in here.
Wow, that is a tight hole.
Oh, it's not clear what we got coming out. That's right, mine. You don't have to worry about that tight hole. Slide down half here.
Yeah, you're right, there is a slide.
Ooh, look at those knees.
Is there a specific name for this chamber?
Music room. Yeah, this is named the music room, unfortunately. I like to call the other place music room, but this...
I've never been in this room.
Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't. We always bypass this one.
Is it because they make a sound?
Yeah,
The other one's better.
yeah, there's another room that's got much better tones.
Wow.
Does this continue down here?
Well, it
Sorry.
tightens down. It actually, I think it ends up, if you were to squeeze like a mouse, it ends up in the big rooms because it follows the same fault.
What's up there?
We'll be passing up there. It's just, so if you look up this hole right here, we'll be going right by it.
Okay.
It's kind of crunched together. It looks like we're walking in one big straight line, but it's all kind of jump.
Okay.
There you go. It's been in there, I don't know how long.
Well, I won't touch it, I'll tell you
Yeah, we don't. We just put. It's a good luck, I think.
that. I hope so.
That's where we'll be going.
Oh, down the chute?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like a little corkscrew.
Oh, it's wet down here too.
Is there water down there?
Yeah, it gets a little wet.
Not that.
I wonder why I couldn't see anything. Brimstone Dam here.
Oh, wow.
You can see the water line all the way around.
Like the dam you were telling me about?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, those look excellent.
Yeah, look back here. There's a small column here too.
Wow.
If you just come back over here.
Check to make sure. Wow, that's cool.
Here, Dieter, come over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I leave my pack up there?
I didn't have it.
Yeah, I left it up there.
No, it's on your back.
Damn.
I gotta leave my pack here.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
There's a slide here too. Little stone.
All right.
Interesting.
So we have to.
Yeah. That's why you wear hard hats.
Sounds cracked.
A lot of formations everywhere.
It's the prettiest place, I think. Okay. We're gonna go up above that. Oh, it's an old register. Quite airtight. Oh, I seen Bedouins here living in here.
In California, grotto. Huh.
Which direction are we going? Back down or?
If I were them, we're gonna go down that hole down there.
That's some drop. Not too bad, but still want to fall down it.
It's a neat little place you might want to put down that holder. Kind of mix you around. It took me 2-3 trips to figure out exactly where I was.
Wow. Nice little squeeze.